And welcome back to another video. This is Crypto Coins, and in this video we're going to go over why the market is dumping right now. We're seeing Bitcoin with a nice correction here, and we're seeing some of our DAO projects having a bit of a correction as well, but interestingly enough, not all of them are going down. I am getting a lot of comments both on YouTube and Discord about what is happening, and people are losing money today. So I'm going to go over, do some analysis here and see what is going on with the markets, why it's happening, and what I'm doing. So I have a lot going on in this video. You want to make sure you see it all. I'm also going to address some comments and questions that are interesting that I received recently. And let's get right into it. We have Wonderland Time here, currently giving an APY of 75,000. And I'm recording this just to see how these numbers react as if we see follow through of this sell-off, or if it gets recovered here and prices normalize and we go back up. If we take a look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin right now is currently down and it's trading at 53,000. Today it's down about 6.26%, and it's down almost about, what is this, about 15,000 points from its highs. And this is affecting a lot of the altcoins and some of the DAO projects. Now, another thing I want to bring up to everyone's attention why I think this is happening is because we are having inflationary problems, and this is going to go back to the stock market. We're having inflationary problems across the board worldwide, and there might be some rate increase sooner than expected. There was some comments on the Federal Reserve talking about inflation not being transitory. So that is affecting the markets. So the stock market in the past month is down 3%, and we are seeing a bit of a pullback. Let's zoom out to 6 months. We're seeing a pullback here and a bit of a sell-off, and the markets have been bearish. So from my experience, what I've noticed is that all these assets are interconnected with one another. We have the stock market, we have bonds, and we have crypto and the housing market. And what I've noticed is when one goes down, it brings down the others, which, a lot of people are hedging their portfolio with crypto to hedge their asset portfolios of the stock market. But in my experience, I've never seen that work out. When I see some assets go down, I see everything go down. And the reason why it goes down is because, let's assume you have a portfolio, and just for the simplicity of the example, you have 50% of your money in stocks and 50% of your money in crypto. And let's just say the market is doing a correction, or the stocks that you're in are selling off pretty aggressively. And your crypto portfolio is doing okay. And so what are you going to do? Say you need to pay some bills. Say you have some rent due, or you have a number of things that you need to take care of, responsibilities. What you're going to do is you're going to start selling your crypto to mitigate those losses because you need money. So the other assets are losing. So you're going to probably lock in those losses, and then you're going to start selling your crypto to mitigate those losses. So this is the reason why you'll see markets sell off and then transcend to other markets, because people are losing money and they need money. They can't afford to lose all of their money. They start liquidating other assets where they still have some money. And then you start seeing all the markets go down together. I know a lot of people buy crypto as a hedge for inflation. And from my experience, I've never seen crypto decouple from the American market. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen US markets down 20% and crypto up, 50%. At least not recently. Maybe back 10 years ago. I'm not sure. I've never seen that divergence. And yeah, one can be higher than the other at certain points, but I've never seen one dramatically lower and the other one dramatically higher. I don't think that will ever happen, for that reason that people are diversified, and then they're going to start repositioning themselves, and the losses start transcending into other markets. So that's kind of more or less what I think is happening right now. But what is different this time is I actually have some exposure to these DAO projects, and it's a new structure that we're seeing in the crypto space that is very interesting to me. And we're going to take a look at how these DAO projects are reacting to the sell-off. Some are down and some are not. we're going to see what I'm personally going to do going forward. But before we get to some of the other projects and what I'm actually going to do, let's address some comments and questions. Me wrote here, so you can add to your staked amount at any time, and your ROI percentage return will be based on the current amount you have in there. To answer that question, yes. Every time you stake, you can add at any time to your position, your stake position, and your return on investment is based on the tokens. So the percentage you're getting in return is the percentage of tokens you're getting in return, not dollar amounts. The dollar amount always fluctuates. The value of your token always fluctuates. So every time you stake, and that goes for any coin, every time you stake and you see your ROI or you see the APY, that's based on the number of tokens, not the value of the tokens. So great question there, me. Let's go to the next comment. We have, surprisingly, the DAOs are holding up well against the bearish BTC drop. And, some people are doing okay. Some people are not feeling this pullback, and some people are. So we're going to take a look at some different ticker symbols and see how they're doing. Thank you for that comment. Next comment. J Money here wrote, I'm all Klima baby, holding for a year plus. So I think this is the right mentality when it comes to these projects. To invest an amount that you could afford to lose and have some strong conviction. Try to play it for a longer time period instead of short-term trading. It's really hard to trade in the short term. And although I do trade shorter term sometimes 5 days, weeks, it's because my position did what it was supposed to do, or what I was expecting it to do at a much shorter time frame. But when I go into these projects, my mind is already set that I'm not gonna even touch this for weeks or months. So J Money, I think you have the right mindset there. Let's go to the next comment. Good video. I can only add that Jade Protocol has recently been doing amazing, but suspiciously so. So this is another DAO project I haven't talked about, and a lot of people are really happy with Jade, and I've briefly touched on it before. I'm not a fan of it, but a lot of people are invested in doing well and are in Jade Protocol. So this is just my perspective and the reason why I'm not into the project and what I think is happening, why so many people are doing so well besides their big APY that they're giving, and why it's running right now. So we take a look at the charts of Jade Protocol here. Let's go to all time. It was released here late November and it got completely rugged. And this is just my personal opinion. I don't know the reality of this or what is happening. And somewhere around here, and I'm not saying this is a turn, this is why we saw a massive rally afterwards. The Calculator guy, a great YouTube channel, you guys should go check him out if you guys already don't, released a video about Jade Protocol. Jade Protocol paid the Calculator guy for his services. And he made a video, it was an unbiased video, and it was a good video. And that video did well. And I'm not saying it's just him. I'm not saying his viewers, put hundreds of millions of dollars to make this go up. But I think it was close to that point where it had that turning point. It just went lower for one more day. And I think as that video got more attention, it started going up. And then more people started talking about it, and more people started talking about it. And it rallied very nicely. It hit a low of 200 and it rallied to 633. And throughout this whole way, a lot of people on my channel kept on talking about Jade and what do I think. And surprisingly, it blew my mind that it even recovered almost back to all-time highs, and now it's selling off again. I think this is a dangerous DAO. It's not something that I'm interested in. I read through some of their documents, and it's something that I'm not sold in, I'm not interested in. And but it is a winner, I will admit it. And for this time being, I'm wrong. I'm definitely wrong, and I am invested in projects that have sold off and doing way worse than Jade. So it's extremely difficult to pick and choose all the winners. And this was a complete rug when it came out, and Calculator guy made that video, and now we're back up here. Now, I don't know if this is going to sell off and go back down to even lower, or if this is just a minor pullback and we're going to break all-time highs. I don't know, but that's just my personal perspective with Jade. I know people have commented and been wanting me to share my opinion, and I don't want to influence anyone in a particular way if I don't feel motivated by the project, because you can still make a lot of money. I knew about Jade before even a calculator guy talked about it, and if I would have invested in it, I would have invested in it somewhere around the 300 area, and I would have doubled my money, so it would have been another winner. But I didn't, and that's just by my personal preference. So that's my take on Jade Protocol. And I don't know where this is going to go afterwards. It's just a project I'm not interested in, but kudos to those that got into it and are making money. At the end, it doesn't matter what you think. It's about the returns. So if you guys played it well, kudos to you guys. Let's go to the next comment. Next comment here. Hi, I got rugged by Snowdog and Snowbank, and I also bought time at around 9,000. Can you please explain me why they did liquidation fund from time to Avalanche? Why they sold time fund? Is it also kind of rugged? Till now, I've never recovered my time. Now these things happen. I'm not very familiar what happened with the liquidation, so if anybody knows, write down in the comment section. And she's talking about, I guess, Time sold a portion of their fund and converted to AVAX. Not sure what is happening there, and I'm sorry to hear about your losses. It is extremely difficult to pick the winners, and I tend to let the projects speak to me, and when something is constantly talked about, and I see several different sources talking about it, sources that to me are reputable, then I kind of let those names pop out, and then I invest in those. But it's important to allocate a certain amount of money that you could afford to lose to each position. So at least try to diversify into like maybe 4 projects, no more than 5 maybe, if you have a small account. This is just my personal opinion. And divide that money into 4 positions, and then divide that by half so that you can average into a position if it goes lower. So yes, you did buy at the peak right there, almost at time, and Snowdog and Snowbank were complete rugs. So sorry to hear that. It's extremely difficult to pick the winners. The only thing that I do is, if I pick the loser, I let it ride. And especially with these projects that pay a nice return, a nice APY over time, there's some hope there that you can recoup. I'm not sure if you went all in with your investment money on these projects, but try to size down. And I know it's difficult, and to time the best entry. I'm sloppy with my entries. I try my best, but it's very difficult. So sorry to hear that. And if anybody knows about the fund, time transferring over to Avalanche, comment down below. It could help us all here in this channel. Thank you. Let's go to the next comment. Next comment here. How long did it take you to break even in Meta and Time? So I was very ecstatic because with Metaverse Pro, I did it in 5 days. I bought it as soon as I saw it hit the market, and in 5 days, I was risk-free. For Time, it took about 3 weeks, maybe a month. But again, it all has to do with your entry point. So even though they're paying big APYs, it all has to do with your entry point, because these things are moving. They're volatile. They're not stable coins. So thank you for that comment. And let's go to the last comment here to wrap it up. So these 2 comments are kind of the same. So I'm going to address both of them and just give my opinion here. They wrote here, crypto coins. Unfortunately, you don't know what a DAO is. Stop spreading misinformation about this important structure. And then we have here, you're thinking of DAOs like normal coins and trying to multiple by number of X your position from entry. This is not the right mindset. Good points there. In my last video, I did my 1-month review for DAO projects, and I did add there a project that was not a DAO, or not even a project. It was Joe. It was an exchange, a token that I was staking and farming that had nothing to do with DAO projects. So the reason why I added that into that video was because that's a portion of my investment that I'm categorizing together as crypto investments that earn me APY from staking. And Joe, I'm staking and farming. So those are my only positions from my portfolio that I have in crypto that earn me APY. So he is correct. That is not a DAO. That shouldn't have been in there, but in my portfolio, it's part of the same investment, not the same category. So, and also I think it's an interesting investment. So I think it's worthy enough to put in there. And then to address the second comment here, yes, he's right, because he's right about me looking at this with some technical analysis and try to trade it to earn X amount of money. He's right, but also I'm not locking in losses. I'm holding. I'm also collecting that APY. So I'm just trying to get some risk off the table and get risk-free positions, just for me to have more buying power to get more positions. So I'm looking at this long term. I'm going to be tracking these and giving weekly updates here about what I think and how things are moving. And this is all new to everyone. We don't know what these projects are going to do in the long run. This could be like investing in Bitcoin. I've seen this reference before, 10 years ago. This could be the new thing, and it could be huge in 10 years from now. I don't know. But I'm just trying to be a little bit strategic about my risk. That's it. I'm not trying to trade it like stocks or altcoins. So, but great comments there. So thank you. That's going to wrap it up for the comment and question section. Let's get back to the video. So let's take a look at Wonderland right now. It's down. Right now it's trading around 6,900, and it's actually recovering a little bit. I think this was a little bit lower earlier. Yes, it was around 6,500. So now we're seeing a bit of a bounce, and not as bad as other names. I did see some support around the 7,000 level, so below 7,000 is a little sketchy here. And if you have some conviction, this is definitely time to add a portion. Now, I want to bring this up. I don't want to hide this one. This is one that I recently bought. I bought around almost 1,600, and then I bought again around 1,100, and now it's at 700. And yes, this looks like a complete rug here. It's stabilizing here. I don't know the future of Rome, and they're working on an RPG game, so I'm very interested in that. And hopefully they follow through with some of their roadmap targets. So Rome doing not so hot here, and it's been completely trashed, and this is not doing well for me. But for the same reason, I averaged into this position. I bought a half position according to my budget, and then I added just a little bit around 1,100, and now it's at 700. I don't want to add more to this position, but I'll just continue to monitor it. I feel fine with what I have, and I'm not going to add to this one. Let's go to Metaverse Pro. Now, Metaverse Pro doing very nicely. No correction here, holding strong, and it's currently at 523, and this is by far my best investment. I bought in here around 220, and it's holding, and it's taking these hits like a champ. So awesome there out of Metaverse Pro. Looks very strong. And if we look at KlimaDAO has been a complete train wreck, and now it's at 639, and they're actually doing a good project that is eco-friendly here and buying carbon emissions. And unfortunately, it's not panning out, and that's just in the short term. So I think this is my biggest investment from what I have exposed right now. I have $1,100 invested in this one, where normally I'll do a max of around 1,000. And so it is one of my bigger losers as well. So what are my overall thoughts here, and what am I doing? This part of my portfolio all earns me APY. I am not worried. And I frankly allocated this money knowingly that I could lose it. So I'm not doing anything right now at the moment. I'm sitting on my hands. I'm not selling, and I'm not adding. This is a good time to add on your favorite positions if you have conviction. But I'm not personally adding, because the overall stock market and the inflationary pressures look pretty serious right now. And I've bought in dips before, where there's dips for the dips for the dips. And as of the available buying power I have right now, I have very little, and I'm not going to use that right now at this moment. And the positions that I do have are earning me APY. So the only upside to these projects is, if you think you're losing money, you would be losing a lot more money if we weren't earning the APY. And that pretty much concludes the whole point of this video. We're having a correction, and it's because of different economic factors. And it is influencing different sectors. And the only saving factor we have here, and why I'm excited and why I'm talking about these projects, is because the APY combats these losses. I'm very skeptical to see how these projects will rise after this downturn, or if the downturn continues, to see how this stabilizes. That's pretty much what I think is happening, and that's gonna do it for this video. So if you guys found this video of any value, make sure to hit the links down below. I have free Discord, support this free content on Patreon, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.